Hello, this is Deo. I am so incredibly grateful for the amazing opportunity I had this week with the team that came together to perform for RefugePoint's 20th Anniversary Gala in Boston at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. First of all, I want to thank all the cast member that was part of this project: Theo Marte, Shaq Worsley, Martin Toe, Samuel Marquez, Simire Maisha, Clarice Maisha, Esther Maisha, and Millicent Alhamasi. This was an incredible collaboration of really talented folks that came together in order to tell this story. One of the things that I realized was really about the collaboration and just having this peacefulness around how this story is told. And I kept telling the team when we were rehearsing, it was more about the emotion and feelings of the characters than it was the movement or the acting or the dance moves. And everything happens differently when you're putting together something. And I'm in the process of always iterating what I'm seeing throughout the course of the piece. So, like, I had a different direction in so many different things within the last 9 months. But what I started to realize was just making it as simple as possible. The music itself was going to have multi layers, but then decided to go with this one soundtrack that was produced for me that I focused on. And then the dance and the movement, I wanted it to be very grounded, strong, tough, but then at the same time allowing the characters, the mom, the girls, the soldiers, to be able to fill in the space to tell the story in an authentic way where the audience can connect to it. One thing that I did notice was when we were performing, as I've had a chance to watch the video, the audience, like, because we were all over. We were at the center of the stage. We're coming from the side. We're coming out of the audience. So, the audience was trying to, like, take in everything that was happening. And even at the end of the performance, like, after we were done, it felt like they thought there was another scene, so they stayed quiet for a little bit and then they started clapping. But that's part of kind of the creative process for me personally. When I'm creating, I'm constantly thinking about the space and the audience that I'm going to be engaging with, how we can tell a certain story and how they can feel the emotions, and then also for them to make the connection to what's happening. And I feel like the team did that. The team that performed did an incredible job. And shout out to the girls, Samira, Clarice, and Esther, and Millie, who played the mom. Just their dedication to the character they were playing, and it exudes so much energy and emotions. So I'm pumped for the experience, and thank you for Refuge Point for trusting me and the team to put together this incredible performance. And I look forward to the next piece I get to work on. As I think about the next, I'm actually really curious of, like, maybe continuing the story. This was just a 5-minute piece, so maybe continuing the story. At the end of this, in the middle of the story, actually, one of the sister gets taken away by the soldiers, and then at the end, the guy who plays Refuge Point, or the NGO, he makes a commitment that he's going to continue to search for the sister that was taken away. So maybe I continue the story. Maybe I continue the story on that journey, what that looks like, the journey for the sister that was taken away. But yeah, anyways, that's just my reflection on the piece that I put together and the people that collaborated with me. Thank you, Refuge Point, again. Thank you to all the performers. And I got my creative bug again to try to think about, like, what's the next thing I'm going to create. But stay tuned. Bow.